The Flower Children Love by Papa Stash. Today we're going to talk about flowers, and when we're finished, you are going to decide which flower you like the best. Okay, let's start with Susie. Susie, what is your favorite flower and why? My favorite flower is a rose, because they're pretty and they smell nice. And red is my favorite color. I don't like roses. They hurt when you try to pick them, and sometimes the thorns make you bleed. You're right, Rocky. They can hurt. But those thorns are called prickles, and there's a reason why they're on the rose bush. You see, the prickles are there to protect the roses from rabbits and deer and other animals that like to eat rose bushes, and sometimes little boys who want to pick them. Okay, next we'll ask Eva. Eva, what's your favorite flower and why? My favorite flower is a water lily because they're so pretty, and I like to paint pictures of them. And I like them too because a frog gets tired of swimming, it can hop on the leaves and rest. And I like frogs too. Very good, Eva, and you're right. They are very pretty, and I like painting them too. And so do artists from all around the world. One very famous artist who loved painting water lilies was a man named Monet. He painted over 250 paintings of water lilies. This is one of Monet's most famous paintings, and it's called Water Lily Pond. And it sold for, are you ready for this, $80 million. I always wanted to be a Formula One driver, Miss Take, but now I want to be an artist, like that guy Money. His name is Monet, Stash. But listen, all of you can be anything you want to be, but it's not easy. You have to learn about it, then practice it, and have a little bit of luck, and then, only then can you be whatever you want to be. Go for it, Stash. And now, let's get back to flowers, okay? Is there anything you like about water lilies, Val? I like how they look, Miss Take, but I like frogs better. Could you please tell us the story about the princess and frog? Val, my dear, we're talking about flowers now, not fairy tales, okay? But this afternoon, during story time, I'll tell you the story of how the prince became a frog. Okay, let's get back to flowers. How about you, Anya? What is your favorite flower and why? My favorite flower is a dandelion. I love it when they pop out all over the lawn, like little suns. I like them too, Anya. I like how they open up in the morning and then close at night. Did you know dandelions are very important for bees and butterflies? Because when bees and butterflies wake up after their winter sleep, they're hungry, just like you and me when we wake up. We're hungry for breakfast. Well, same thing with bees and butterflies. But sometimes the only thing for them to eat are dandelions. And if there aren't any dandelions around, the bees and butterflies could die. That's why bees and butterflies love dandelions. Why do you like dandelions, Lydia? I like dandelions because I can make golden crowns and play princess with Eva. My daddy doesn't like dandelions. He cuts off the big dandelions' heads with his lawnmower. But they're smart. They grow back in a couple days and stay little, so Daddy can't cut their heads off with his lawnmower. I like looking at the cute fuzzy balls, and then blowing them and making a wish, and watching all the little parachutes fly, and that makes me happy. When I was about your age, I did the same thing. We called it fairy dust. And you know what, Maya? When you blew that cute fuzzy ball, you began the dandelion's life cycle. Those little parachutes carry seeds, and when those seeds land on the ground, they start growing and growing and growing until there's a flower. Then, that flower turns into a fuzzy ball, And in that fuzzy ball are hundreds of little seeds with their very own little parachutes. And when children blow on them and make a wish, it starts the dandelion's life cycle all over again. Yeah, dandelions are everywhere. In the playground, on fields, in my backyard. I even saw one on the sidewalk in front of my house. That's right, Stash. Now you can find dandelions everywhere, except Antarctica, because it's too cold down there for them. But dandelions weren't always everywhere. There were no dandelions in America, not until the Pilgrims came in 1620. For thousands of years, people in Europe, Asia, and Africa ate dandelions and used dandelions for medicine. And that's why the Pilgrims brought dandelion seeds with them on the Mayflower, so they would have something to eat and medicine for when they got sick. Every part of the dandelion can be used. The flower can be used to make tea. You can make a salad from raw leaves, or boil them like you would spinach. And those leaves are full of vitamins. And you can also make coffee from the root. Maybe Popeye should be eating dandelions instead of Miss Spinach, huh, Mistake? That was funny, Rocky. Very good. Did you ever wonder why we call them dandelions? Well, we can thank the French. They called them dents de lion, which means lion's tooth, because as you can see, the leaves are jagged and look like lion's teeth. Another interesting fact about dandelions is that dandelions are the only flower that represents 3 celestial bodies, which means things in space, like the sun, the moon, and the stars. Okay, it's getting close to lunchtime, so let's vote on which flowers you like the best. If you like roses the best, raise your hand. Nobody. Okay. If you like water lilies the best, raise your hand. Nobody again? Okay. If you like dandelions the best, raise your hand. Wow, looks like everybody loves dandelions. You know what? So do I. Now I'll tell you a short story about a rose, a water lily, and a dandelion. When Mother Nature was deciding where to put each flower, she asked each flower where they would like to grow. The rose told Mother Nature that it would like to grow in gardens, where people would see her and say how beautiful she looked and how nice she smelled. And so Mother Nature put the roses into gardens. The water lily told Mother Nature that she wanted to grow on water, where people could admire her and say how pretty she looked. And so Mother Nature put the water lilies on water. The dandelion told Mother Nature that it would like to live everywhere the children are and make them happy. And their moms and grandmoms would be happy too when they got a little bouquet of dandelion flowers from the little ones they loved the most. And so Mother Nature put dandelions everywhere that children are. When I grow up and have a house, Mistake, I'm going to let dandelions grow all around it. We are too, Mistake. And so are we. Dandelions rule, they're number 1. Mistake told her class that when they finish their lunch, she will read How the Prince Became a Frog. And you're invited too. Thanks for watching The Flower Children Love. I hope you enjoyed my story. Don't forget to come back for How the Prince Became a Frog. You can see more of my stories on my Facebook page at Papa Stash the Storyteller, or my YouTube channel at Papa Stash.